Yo, hello ladies and gentlemen, we're back at it with another weekly markup. Good morning, good night, whatever time it is. We're back at it with another weekly markup. So, actually, yeah, let's get into a GBPUSD first. I was gonna say, let's get into NZDCAD first. As soon as the one that I did, I literally just finished too. Life got in the way, but we're back. So GBPUSD, you can pause it and read it. Monthly bearish, weekly bearish, daily bearish, each for each one bearish. Let's start up off on the monthly. On the monthly, we were flipping somewhat bullish here, right? But then price failed to keep on breaking highs above 137,500, and also just broke below 134. As you can see, we look like we're back on the way to 135, 131,500. So we zoom in here. You can already see price was being bullish here. Even here we had a bullish engulfing candle, but price did fail to keep on breaking highs above here, which is 137.5. And boom. And right now it looks like this monthly close might actually bearish engulf below 134, right? But we also have to see how price reacts to 131.500. So hop into the weekly. You could already see on the weekly bearish engulfing lower high below 137.500. Bearish engulfing candle below 134. So now it looks like the next target that's going to be hit is 131,500. And on the daily, lower high bearish engulfing candle below 134. Huge bearish engulfing candle just happened. So here we might create a lower high. Maybe we come test previous lows, previous area of demand into new supply, and continue to the downside to test 131,500. Pretty much the same thing on the 4 hour. Fully bearish still. So actually on the 4 hour, maybe we could get a potential re-entry here, right? Price could come back, retest this previous area of demand, turn into supply here. So maybe we could come test it again. Let me actually set an alert here. Here we could potentially be looking for a trade. Sells below, back down to 131,500. Or maybe price can break back above and continue possibly to 134. But for now it's still pretty much sells. So now let's get into GJ. You can pause it and read it. Monthly bullish, weekly bullish, daily bullish, turning bearish, each for each one bearish. Get on GJ. So what we're gonna start up from the monthly. On the monthly, you can already see we're fully bullish. Price respect to this previous area of support above 180, bullish engulfing candle and a higher low above 195, and then previous area of strong supply 208 at 208. We have a bearish engulfing candle and a higher low above it. But we're also respecting below this previous strong area of supply, which is 214, right? So I would like to see sells below 208 and buys above 214, right? This is on the higher time frame. So now let's hop into the weekly. The weekly we're overall bullish engulfing candle above previous area of strong supply, turning into new demand, and now we're looking like price is on its way back to 214, something like this. So maybe at 214 we could either get sells below or we could get the buys above. So now let's get into the daily. The daily, you can see we're bullish engulfing candle and a higher low above 208, and then we have another bullish engulfing candle and another higher low above 209,500, right? And right now price is respecting this previous area of supply, which we're gonna go over right now in the 4 hour, and that's why on the daily I put bullish turning bearish, because that's what it is. It's bullish and it's turning bearish, right? Because literally price could literally come and sell down back into this zone, or maybe even 208. On the 4 hour it's already bearish because it did fail to keep on breaking highs here. You see how it tested the previous area of strong supply that gave us this drop all the way to 208. Now look what price is doing right here, right? It should have, if price was really bullish, it should have kept on flying right here, continue bullish here, but it didn't, right? Because this was a previous mini area of demand. It didn't have any strength here, right? So this should have turned into a double bottom, but it didn't. It created a lower high, and then boom, price melted, creating a huge bearish engulfing candle on the 4 hour. So this is just signaling that maybe price is going to continue melting too, maybe we're to this zone or maybe to 208, right? And right now we could maybe get a continuation, maybe get a lower high, something like this, just to test this previous area of support, or maybe even here, or maybe we don't even have to go that far. Maybe it could be something like this to continue, but the overall picture is still south. I would not buy it till we're back above 214, or maybe in at least above the zone. But obviously, if we could get the south to 208, at 208 we'll be having a nice potential trade. Now let's get into UJ. You can pause and read it. Monthly bullish, weekly bullish, daily bullish, H4, H1 bullish. Which this time is weird because usually it's not consolidating. At least not on the higher, not on the lower time frames today. With the GJ. So on the monthly, we're overall bullish. Support being respected above 140. Monthly bullish engulfing candle above 151. Then we have a monthly bullish engulfing candle, and we have a higher low above 153. And right now, price looks like it's back on its way to 160. Right, so we hop into the weekly. We could even see the weekly candle close with the bullish engulfing candle. And right now we're looking like we're back on the way to 160, which was previously a pretty strong area of supply. And on the daily we're still bullish. Huge bullish engulfing candles. We're literally so close to 160. And on the 4 hour, man, we're still bullish. Literally, we had a potential trade right here. Previous area of supply turning into new demand right here. Not only that, but we were also above 158,500. So you had two confluences here, right? And then obviously the bullish engulfing and the higher low, that's two. And then we were above 158,500. That's three confluences. And you would have been up in profit right now on this trade. Somewhat 70-80 pips. And the target would have been 160, so we would still be holding those trades. Now what could potentially happen, hop into the 1 hour. Actually, we might continue the push to 160, and we might actually get a lower high below it to continue back down to 158,500, right? But that's very possible. That's only possible. It's not that it will happen. Or we could get a bullish engulfing and a higher low above it and continue to the upside. That is also possible. Right now we just have to wait because there's people in trades right now. So now let's get into USDCAD. You can pause it and read it. Monthly bearish, weekly bearish turning bullish, daily bullish, H4, H1 bullish. USDCAD. Oh, I like how USDCAD is looking. Plus look at all the liquidity that had to the downside. So we might actually get these sells below 137 to 100, which are we going to GBPUSD? No, but GBPU is still looking bearish, so we would not consider. Wait, USDCAD is looking bullish, but it's flipping bearish. And GBPUSD, so actually it is flipping bullish right for the time being, right? But we have to see what price does at this zone. Then price could actually break back above, create a higher low above this zone and continue to the upside, and that would actually be a confluence to the potential USDCAD sells all the way back down. So let's get into the monthly. The monthly, you could already see previous area of strong supply respected below 147. Monthly bearish engulfing candle below 143,500. And we have a lower high and a bearish engulfing candle below previous area of strong supply, which is 139. But we're also failing to keep on breaking lows below 135,500. So we're bearish, but we're respecting lows. So right now we're looking at we're going to continue back to the upside. On the weekly, so on the weekly, we're bearish turning bullish. Obviously, because of this, we would have been bearish if price would have broken below the zone, created a lower high below it, and continued to the downside below 135,500. But instead, it's respecting it. It respected already for like 3-4 weeks already, and then we're right below a previous area of supply as well, which is 137,200. So we hop into the daily. Right, we could either get the sells back down to 135,500, or we could break above, create a higher low, and continue back to 139. Right, we have to watch out for 137,200. And actually, I did have possible trades in prices right at 137,200, which is like this. Then on the previous weekly candle, It did close with a bullish close, but it did not engulf above, obviously above 137,200. It did close below it. So this could be rejection and price could continue back, melting back down. On the 4 hour, we are bullish, but I mean, I did do the chart up when price was closed. So right now, I would actually like to change it to bullish turning bearish. So this is the first, I think, live edit. And it's turning bearish because obviously we just have a lower high and a bearish engulfing candle back below 137,200. So now more than likely this will happen. And actually, it wouldn't be that ugly. It wouldn't be that bad just to enter on a sell potential. Right, but the thing is that we do have this wick right here that still has not been fully cleared. So that stop loss is still very vulnerable being hit. I would actually like my stop loss above the wick just in case, and that would be 50 pips to potentially make 150. So that's still good risk to reward. I might actually potentially take this trade. 30-minute, maybe we're melting. TP1 would be here, so risking 50 pips for TP1, that would be 30 pips. So on a 1-to-1, that wouldn't be really good risk to reward, because obviously from once price hits here, it's most likely gonna come back, stop you out at entry, and continue back to the downside. So you know what? I'd actually just wait for the pullback to 137,200. But that's what I'm looking at right now. And then last but not least, NZDCAD. Monthly bearish, weekly bearish, daily bearish, each for each one bearish. Let me get into NZDCAD real quick. So from the monthly, we always want to start from the monthly. You can already see the monthly, we're overall bearish. Bearish engulfing candle. Well, it looks like we're going to have another bearish engulfing candle below 0.80. We have this previous area of supply being respected below 0.82,500. And we're looking like the next target is obviously going to be 0.78,700. On the weekly, we have a lower high and a bearish engulfing candle below 0.82,500, and then weekly bearish engulfing candle below 0.80. Support above 0.78,700, which looks like price is going to come back and test. And on the daily, we're fully bearish. Lower high and bearish engulfing candle below 0.82,500. These would have been really good sales. 0.82,500 all the way to 0.80, which would have been around 200 pips. Wow, that would have been a really good trade. Lower high and bearish engulfing candle below 0.80. So right now the next target would be 0.78,700. But look, price is now reacting to this previous area of demand, which on the 4 hour we could see it right here. We could even stretch it right here. We're still above the zone. You can see buys above, buys above, buys above, sells below. So right now we could actually get these potential buys back to 0.80. So actually now NZDCAD is actually bearish, turning bullish. Why is it turning bullish? Look at the H4 and look at the H1. Look at this. Buys area of demand, buys area of demand, bearish engulfing candle. But guess what? We just broke back above the zone and we have a bullish engulfing candle back above the zone. This could give us potentially the buys back to 0.80, right? And then we'll be bullish on the H4. But on the daily and on the weekly, we will still be bearish, because that could be literally just a retest into 0.80 as a lower higher time frame wise, to continue the move down to 0.78, right? So you will be looking to, maybe if you do enter buys here, to TP here, and then let the rest run risk free. Actually pretty good setups. Back to work. Peace and love to anybody watching this. I commend your health, wealth, knowledge, wisdom for you and your entire family. Peace and love.